Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is such a sweet topic. This was a really popular suggestion over on Patreon, but we didn't end up doing it there, so it's going on the main channel. We are going to be looking at you through the rose-colored glasses that your soulmate looks at you with. So in today's reading, we are going to be seeing some of the wonderful traits that your soulmate sees in you that you may underestimate or downplay, or maybe you don't even notice these traits within yourself. So I hope that this reading can be a nice little boost for you and also an opportunity to connect with your soulmate and to connect with your own amazing energy. A couple of notes about this reading. You can watch this reading even if you're not sure who your soulmate is. Of course, if you do have a specific person in mind, just keep them in mind as you are choosing your group and watching the reading. But if you're not quite sure who your soulmate is yet, that's okay. It is still very possible for their energy to come through and to shower their love on you. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that you can watch this reading even if you haven't met your soulmate in the 3D, because the messages that we see are going to be things that they will love about you when they meet you. And the messages that we receive from them will be messages from their higher self. So basically, anybody can watch this reading regardless of your situation. There are 4 groups to choose from today. Today we're going to be using a different tarot deck for each group, and I've also placed little hearts on top of each to help you pick. And these are actually chocolates. I bought them a while ago and I've just been waiting for the perfect reading to use them in, and today felt like the day. So I'm going to show you these cards, I'm going to show you the little chocolates up close, and I'm also going to show you a major arcana from each deck. So when you're choosing your group, you could be drawn to this back artwork of the decks that you see here. You could be drawn to the front artwork. You could be drawn to the specific card that comes out for your group. If you do feel called to, you may want to scroll down and check the timestamps of each group, because there may be like a particular number that is jumping out at you or that is personally significant to you. So there's a few different factors to help you choose your group. If you are drawn to more than one, that's totally fine as well. Please feel free to watch any and all that are calling to you. But without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number 1s, we have this blue chocolate, and we're going to be using the Wildlands Tarot. And your card is the Fool. For my group number 2s, we have this white chocolate, and we're going to be using the Moonchild Tarot. And your card is the Hierophant. For my group number 3s, we have this pink chocolate, and we're going to be using the Accurate AF Tarot. And your card is the Star. And for my group number 4s, we have this brown chocolate, and we're going to be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot. And your card is the Chariot. Okay, so just in case you need a bit more time to pick, here are all of your options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one or ones are calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s, so if you guys chose the blue chocolate and the Wildlands Tarot, this is going to be a reading. By the way, the blue color is from Spirulina, in case you were curious. So this is the full breakdown of the reading that we're gonna do today. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. The YouTube breakdown is a bit out of order because I had an idea come to me last minute, so I just stuck it on to the end. But Basically, we are going to start off with a little energy check and see how you would view yourself and your current energy right now. And if this does sound like how you are viewing yourself, then that will be your sign that you have found the right group. Then we are going to dive into how your soulmate sees you. So what are all of the beautiful traits that they see in you that you may underestimate or not even see in yourself? Then we are going to see how you can see yourself through a kinder lens and how you can embrace these beautiful traits more. And then we are going to finish off the reading with loving messages from your soulmate. So that is the YouTube reading. And then in the extended, we are going to see how does your soulmate currently view the connection with you, or how are they currently experiencing it? And we're going to see in what ways their experience is similar to you and in what ways it's different from you. Then we are going to see a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that your soulmate has of you. And then finally, what will happen within this connection during the time frame that you are thinking of. So this will be up to you if you would like to know what's going to happen in the next month or in the next 3 months or in the next year. Just keep that time frame in your mind while we are shuffling the cards, and the message we get will be for that time frame that you specified. Yeah, and then we'll finish off with some advice. So that's going to be our full reading today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So we have these oracle cards here that are going to represent how you would describe your energy. So this is your energy check to make sure this is your group. We have the ring. Oh, that's funny. There's a blue heart on this card and you guys chose the blue heart. We have the rabbit. We have Pluto. And Ethiopian opal. Fertile ground, Pegasus, unicorn energy, rainbow child. So that's kind of a cool synchronicity. I wonder if this happens to you a lot, like you think about something and then it appears in your reality, or you know what's going to happen slightly before it happens. You may be exploring your psychic abilities, or you already know that you have very strong psychic abilities. Clairvoyance could be especially significant to you because this was a visual that ended up matching. The number 25 could be significant. But the very first thing that came to my mind with the ring here is that you would probably describe yourself as someone who is quite loyal and committed. The keyword on this card is lovers, so I do get the feeling that you are someone who loves very deeply. Once you fall for someone, you are probably going to be committed to them emotionally for a long time. You are likely the type of person who does not do love in a half-hearted way. Like you're all in or you're all out. I feel like you don't really mess with that flaky, wishy-washy kind of energy. Like you want, and in your relationships, you only want someone who is like the highest divine love for you. And of course, this does look romantic, but I think I would say this for all of your relationships, group number 1. I bet that you are also a very loyal friend and a very loyal family member. If you are partnered with someone, whether it's in a romantic, platonic, or even professional setting, I really think that you're the type of person who gives it your all. You are not the type to jump ship when things get difficult. And 444 was on the camera timer as I was talking about this. So I really do get the sense that you are a very reliable and trustworthy person. Something that is coming through as I talk about this is that this could be to a fault sometimes. Like you may stay in situations or stay in connections for a very, very long time because you want to see it through and you want to make it work. Even if deep down, like something is nagging at you, like maybe this isn't right, maybe this isn't serving me anymore. It's like sometimes you could be loyal to a fault, so to speak. That's how it's coming through. But I do also get the sense with this card that you are a romantic person. In general, you may be the type to romanticize life and really see the beauty in life. And I do think that you are a strong believer in true love and a strong believer in soulmates, of course, because you're watching a soulmate reading, but just this image of the person proposing to the other person. It's like, it feels like someone who believes in true love and dreams of having that true love, like a very romantic person. And the fact that you were drawn to the blue card and the blue heart, and then there's the blue heart here again, this is making me think of the throat chakra. So I do think that you're someone who is not afraid to express your true emotions. Giving words of affirmation and words of love and encouragement and praise to others could be one of your love languages, and I think you articulate it very well. You do have a gift of making the people around you feel very loved and boosting their confidence and boosting their self-esteem. There's something about a group feeling very lucky to have you. I'm not sure if this is like a friend group or maybe it's your team at work or a team of collaborators, but something just came through, like a group feels very lucky to have you, and also that in some way you're like the older sibling of this group, whether that's literally or you kind of take on that role. Like the nurturer, the supporter, you are the one who builds others up. You are the one who everybody trusts. I'm also getting the feeling that people probably trust you with secrets and feel that you always know what to say. You always have the best advice to give. And I also feel like this could be a blessing and a curse, because I genuinely do think that you love to help people and give people advice, and you're probably very honored that people value your perspective so much, but also I could see how it could be emotionally draining if people are coming to you every time, like with every problem, and just expecting that you'll have the emotional bandwidth to sit with them and to work through their problems and give them advice. Like, just because you're good at it, it doesn't necessarily mean you want to do that all the time or you have the bandwidth to do that all the time. And I hope that people check with you if it's okay to like come to you with their problems and sort it out with you before they just start talking about it. I hope that for you. I am getting Cancer kind of vibes as I talk about this energy, and we do have Scorpio energy here as well with Pluto, so those could be significant signs to you. We have the element of water here as well, so I would say water is the element that's coming through the strongest. Interesting again, because you're drawn to blue, and that's like the color of water. I wonder if you have blue eyes, or like if you resonate with a blue aura, or if that's just your favorite color. And there is earth and air present here as well. Although I'm not sure if naming 3 of the 4 elements is very helpful, because that doesn't narrow it down much. But yeah, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, like the water placements, I would say are coming through the strongest. And if you don't have strong water in your chart, I do think that this is symbolizing you being highly sensitive, emotionally intelligent. I would not be surprised if you are an empath, which could also be why, yeah, that could also be why it's quite draining to help people, because if you're gonna help someone, you're gonna go all in and you're gonna feel their emotions right there with them. Like, you take it on wholeheartedly. I feel like you can't give people half-assed compassion or half-assed help. Like, that's just not who you are. Like, you'll give them your 110%. And maybe for my group number ones, it's been difficult to find someone who matches that energy. Not because of any problem with you. I just think that there's not a lot of people who match that energy. Obviously, this reading is about your soulmate, and they will be someone who matches this energy, and they probably feel the same way. Like, it's hard to find someone who matches that. Like, I'm gonna give my 1,000,000% to you. I'm gonna give my whole heart to you. We have two symbols of fertility here. We had fertile ground. This one is obvious, but rabbits as well can be a sign of fertility. And this is making me think of the Empress, like super compassionate, nurturing, and warm vibes. I would not be surprised if you are a good manifester, group number one. Something that is coming through is that you cannot always control how it's going to happen. But in one way or another, the universe is going to deliver your wish to you. It's like you plant a seed into the ground and you're like, I don't know when this seed is going to blossom or when it's going to sprout, but I know that it's going to. 1111. As I said that. So you may have a really beautiful relationship with the universe. I feel like the universe communicates to you a lot through synchronicities and gives you a lot of reassurance that you're on the right path. And I think group number one, you have a lot of trust in the universe and in your ability to manifest. I think that you have manifested some big things. You've manifested some big changes in your life. I also wouldn't be surprised if there were periods of chaos in your life where you're like, what the fuck is happening? Only to find out in the end that it was the universe orchestrating a huge manifestation for you. So I feel like those moments really solidified your trust in the universe. I sense this deep like gratitude and humility that you have towards the universe and towards a higher power. And there's a sense of surrender with this Pluto energy as well. Like I, as a human, don't necessarily know how or what is the best way to bring my manifestation to fruition. And so I trust the universe and I understand that any changes, even though they may be uncomfortable or scary, are to serve my highest good. I think you've really nailed that. You have mastered surrendering to the universe because you trust like whatever she's cooking, it's for you. It's for you, it's for your highest good, it's for the manifestation of your wildest dreams. I think you have manifested some big dreams, group number one, or you are about to. That's just the vibe that this Pluto energy is giving me. The way it's sandwiched between these fertility cards, I think that you have abundance or it is something that you are meant to have. Definitely you have a wealth of spiritual abundance, but you're meant to experience material abundance as well. With this fertility energy, especially like we have marriage and then we have fertility, like you could have children or want children or have this nurturing trait about you. I think that you probably crave strongly like all levels of intimacy when it comes to a soulmate connection. You want something intense and very intimate, and that likely includes like physical intimacy, a sexual connection, and then as well the emotional and spiritual connection. Like you want it all. You want the whole package. I feel like you want to give all of yourself to another and have them give all of them to you and have like that deep intimate bond. And yeah, you know, it's not everybody who can match this intense like all or nothing kind of energy, but I do not get the sense that you would lower your standards. I think you really believe in what is out there for you. Okay, so we're gonna get into the tarot now. The tarot that you guys chose, and see how your soulmate sees you. I mean, I feel like you view yourself in quite a positive light. At least that's how it's coming through. So how your soulmate views you is only going to just be the icing on the cake. I feel like you're very beautiful as well, group number one, like physically beautiful. There's something about like you could have clear skin, or maybe you have a clean house. I don't know. There's something about clean and clear, which I think is a brand, but I don't think that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe you have a very clear voice that's very easy to listen to. Something else that's coming through is that it's hard to get anything past you. So for example, if someone has a quote unquote secret crush on you, it's not going to be a secret to you. You can pick up on that shit so easily. If someone is nervous around you, if someone is like has good intentions or bad intentions, even if they're not overtly showing it, I think you do pick up on those subtle energies. And so people can't really lie to you. People can't keep secrets or hide things from you. It's probably hard to plan a surprise for you as well, because you'll just be like, oh, that person's acting a bit different. I bet they're planning something. And when it comes to people who are close to you, you can probably read them very, very well. You know exactly what they're gonna say. You can finish their sentences. I feel like you're quite sensitive, and because of that, you've had to really learn how to stand up for yourself. Okay, we have the 9 of Coins. The Knight of Wands. The 3 of Swords. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Wands. And then, so these cards represent how your soulmate sees you. And then for each card, I'm just gonna roll a die, and that will represent the advice of how you could see yourself more through this lens, or how you could embrace these traits more. So for our 9 of Coins, we have the number 4. For our Knight of Wands, we have the North Node. For our 3 of Swords, we have Saturn. And for our 9 of Wands, we have Libra. Okay, I want to actually start with this bottom of the deck energy. I think that they see you as someone, yeah, they literally see you as this, as a lover, like as someone who has a lot of love in your heart, who is very loving and compassionate, who, I'm hearing that song that's like, I was made for loving you, baby. I forget who, why do I want to say Kiss? I don't know, whatever. I'll look it up after. Let me make a note of that. Yeah, they see you as someone who is just so loving and very generous. That's coming through as well. I think you're generous with your resources, with your time, with your energy. You have deeply impacted any circles that you are in. That's probably why that message was coming through about like a group feels very lucky to have you. And perhaps this is multiple groups. I feel like any group or team that you have been in, they have been deeply touched by you, and they would say like, we wouldn't be the same without you. I think you have a way of standing out in any group that you're in because of your character, because of your light, because of your genuine kindness. An example that's coming through is like if you were in a class and you were absent one day, everyone would be like, oh, where's group number 1? They're not here today? What? Like, they will miss you. You are so appreciated when you're around, and you are deeply missed when you're absent. And your soulmate obviously is someone who is in your life or who is going to be in your life. And I would bet that they are hearing or are going to hear such lovely things about you from the groups that you're in, like from your friends, from your family, from your coworkers. They're going to hear so many lovely things about you, and they're also going to witness firsthand all of your acts of kindness. I'm hearing like, I can see why people love you so much. I get the sense with the Nine of Wands and Libra that you really do go out of your way. Knight of Wands as well gives me that vibe. You go out of your way to make people happier because life is hard, I'm hearing. And if you can do even just something small to make someone happier, it's worth it for you. And I think that your soulmate would observe in you that you're the type of person who is motivated by people and motivated by connections. It's like you're not, it doesn't seem like you're really motivated by money or by status. You're motivated by love. You're motivated by the people you're doing it for. If you're asking yourself, what am I doing this for? I feel like it's really hard to motivate you. But if you're asking, who am I doing this for? It's easy. There we go. That's the end of that sentence. It's easier for you to motivate yourself. I feel like you're all about connection and love and lifting others up at the end of the day. And I do think that sometimes your soulmate might be concerned, like, just make sure that you're not pushing yourself too much or that you're overextending yourself for others. They're saying, because I know that you would. I know that you would. I feel like sometimes your soulmate will be a person who kind of reins you in or reminds you to set boundaries. And it's hard because I feel like you genuinely want to. It's not, I don't really see you like, oh, I don't want to help these people, or like, I don't want to see these people right now. I feel like in your heart you want to, but your soulmate has to remind you like, hey, we only have so much time in a day. We only have so much energy. Maybe it's time for you to do something for yourself. I feel like they're going to be a huge supporter of you taking care of yourself and really remind you of the importance of that. And like I said before, I feel like they're one of the few people who really matches your energy. And I just think it's going to be so lovely for you to be on the receiving end of some of that beautiful generosity that you so freely give to others. I think that this relationship is really going to make you comfortable with receiving and feel the joy in that. I think that I'm like smiling as I'm saying this. I feel like your soulmate is definitely someone who's going to want to spoil you and who is going to do so very frequently. And maybe at first this feels a bit uncomfortable for you, like, no, let me do something for you in return. And they're like, nope, no, it is all about you today. And I think over time, this is something that you will come to really enjoy and something that will make them very, very happy. Something else that's coming through is I think your soulmate may really go all out when it comes to like parties for you or celebrating you. So if it's your birthday, they're gonna do something big for you, whether that's like a big party with all your loved ones, if that's your thing, or just if you prefer something more quiet, maybe this is like a very thoughtful, planned out, sentimental gift. Maybe they make you something or they get something custom made for you, or it's like so specific to you. When it comes to celebrations, it's like they really go all out to make you feel special on your special days. And I think that this includes celebrating your wins and celebrating your victories. So if you got a promotion, if you got a special award, if you won something, if you hit a milestone, they're gonna go above and beyond to celebrate that for you as well, because it's like their mission in life that you know how special you are. That's how it's coming through. They will never let you forget it. I just saw a brown dog with short hair and they look kind of big. That's probably not for everybody, but maybe somebody has a dog like that. A little bit slobbery. That's coming through as well. Let me know if this is your dog. Somebody come get your dog. Okay, so next we have, let's just go through these in order now. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is clarified by the number 4. Your soulmate is so freaking proud of you and your successes. there's something about your career journey or something about your skills that they find to be incredibly impressive. And they are very grateful for what you do. So whatever work you do, this is something that has impacted them personally. So this is just one example, but like, let's say you're a healthcare worker and your soulmate is someone who like dealt with an illness, or someone close to them deals with an illness. And so they have a special place in their heart for healthcare workers who have personally improved their life. It's like they have a gratitude for the specific type of work that you do. Or it could even be like specifically your work as an individual. For example, if you're an author and they personally love your books and benefited from your books. These are just examples, right? But I think they have a deep sense of gratitude for the work that you've done or for the field of work that you are in. And they want to make sure that you get the credit you deserve and that you get the appreciation that you deserve. The word graceful is coming through, and it's sort of giving me the feeling that you do something that is quite difficult, but you make it look easy. They are so proud of how far you've come. While there's been a lot of messages about you thriving with connections, I do think that your soulmate sees you as someone who is independent. Like, you went your own way. I'm hearing Charlie XCX, I went my own way and I made it. Just that line, you went your own way and you made it. Maybe I'll write that one down too. We're gonna have a little playlist going for the songs that are coming up. But yeah, you went your own way and you made it. So maybe you have found success in something independent, or you did something different than what was expected of you. You did something different than what your family did when it comes to your career path. They really, really admire how you were bold and went after what you wanted, and they see you as someone who's thriving. And if you want to feel this energy more, embody this energy more, or see yourself through this lens more, this number 4 seems to be saying that it's really just about consistency and a matter of time. Like, the more you show up, the more you put in the work, and the more data accumulates, because you're going to see the data accumulating that, yes, you are good at what you do. Yes, you are successful. Like, check the spreadsheet. With this repeated action, you will see what they mean. Like, yeah, I am very amazing. Yeah, I do impact people in an amazing way. You'll start to see that more just through consistency and over time. It's like they already see it. And I hope that you feel a little bit of this as well, but I do feel that it's going to get stronger over time. Next, we have the Knight of Wands. I love when this energy comes up in a reading like this, because it gives me the feeling of someone who is just such a ray of sunshine, so uplifting, so positive, so supportive. The room loves to see you coming. You just, as soon as you walk in the room, it is like 3 shades lighter because you are shining so bright. And when people are around you, they feel inspired and they feel like they can do it. You boost the morale. I would love to be in a huddle with you. You know, like when the teams do a huddle and they like, I'm imagining like a sports team or like a group before they go out on stage and they're in their little huddle and then they like, woo, do a cheer. They would love to see you coming. You just have this way of boosting the cheer and making people feel empowered and making people feel confident and like they can do it. I think you maybe just have this about you. Like, you can do it. When there's a will, there's a way. Let's go. Like this go-getter kind of energy. I'm hearing we're stronger together. So there's a lot of messages about like groups and teamwork coming through. And I'm probably a broken record, but just how you've really, really impacted a group by being a part of it. I think that you You have a charm about you. You have a sense of humor that they really like. You're just a ray of sunshine. And I feel like this is part of this is your, I want to say archetype. And I don't even know what I would call that archetype. Maybe like the uplifter, the motivator, even just being present, even if you're not actively encouraging others, even just being present, people want to work harder and do better. And that probably also has to do with how talented you are. Imagine you're on a sports team and one of your teammates is like really, really skilled and really, really talented. When you see them, you're going to be like, oh, group one is, well, you're group one, but I feel like when people see you, they're like, oh my gosh, group one is so amazing. Like, I got to step up my game. And not in an insecure way, but in like a, wow, you're so cool. And I'm so excited that we're working together, that I'm so excited that we're friends. Like, I'm going to step up my game so that we can kick ass together. This, just you existing has that uplifting energy on people. And I do feel you have something of like a star player, the MVP kind of vibe. People really appreciate your presence and people really feel your absence. That is coming through again. Finally, we have this Three of Swords, which is clarified by Saturn. Interesting because the Three of Swords is a card that is ruled by Saturn. They would see you as someone who, yes, you are deeply emotional, but it's like you have a good control of your emotions. You have a good command of your emotions. Something that's coming through is your soulmate saying, I've definitely seen you get emotional. Like, I've seen you express emotions. So it's not that you're stifling them, but I've never seen you be like messy emotional or ugly emotional or chaotic emotional. 3 as I'm saying that, interesting. And that's just something they wonder about. It seems like, okay, something that just came through, I don't know if this is for everyone, but it's like you wait to express your emotions until you've like already processed it and it's already nice and neat and you can explain it. And they want you to know, like, you can bring me your emotions when they still don't make sense to you. You can bring me your emotions when they're still messy. You can bring me your emotions when you're still in that, like, reactive place, when they're not so pretty and neatly processed and tied up in a bow. Like, you know, retrospectively, it's easy to say, like, yes, I was very sad last week, but I figured out that it's because blah, 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 and I've dealt with it now. But, and that's, you know, if that's how you want to present your emotions to people, then that's fine. But I think your soulmate's like, you know, you could come to me with the raw material. Something like, if you want to approach me like, I'm so fucking pissed off, like, I'm good. That's a raw expression of emotion. Like, I'm not gonna judge you for that. I'm not gonna be like, someone's unevolved, someone's unhealed. Like, no, you know what I mean? You don't have to wait until it's nice and maturely processed and made sense of. Like, look, the way you deal with your emotions is the way you deal with your emotions. I just hope that you're not hiding the messy part from me because you think like I would judge you or that it would be a burden or I would think of you any differently. If you need support through the messy parts, I'm here for it. Because I'm always here for you, and that never depends on what mood you're in or how mature you are or how well you're articulating yourself in any given moment. It doesn't even matter if your emotion is irrational or doesn't make sense or is disproportionate, whatever that means. Like, I'm here for all of it. Yeah. I'm happy you have this person group number 1 because I feel like I just heard like I'm your rock's rock. So I feel like you're the rock for so many people and they're your rock. And you are so generous and spoil so many people, and they're going to be the one who spoils you. Like, you need a taste of your own medicine, because your medicine is beautiful and delicious. Number one. That was such a weird way of saying it. Anyway, for the last part of this reading, do we have advice for how you can embody this more? Not really, because you don't have to if you don't want to. Like, your emotions are yours, and it's up to you what people get to see. If you want to communicate your emotions when they're still messy, just know that you can. But if you want to be prim and proper and composed, I mean, that's your prerogative, right? I think your soulmate was very clear about that. Like, I'm here for any way you want to express yourself. All right. So the last part of this reading is just loving messages from them. So we're gonna shuffle a few oracle decks and see what they have to say. Okay, is this? Yeah, this is 2. We have the fallen angel. I am perfectly imperfect with the number 30. And we have, okay, so we have the numbers 29 and 30, which could be significant, perhaps the 29th or the 30th of a month, or that could be somebody's age. We have higher musings. I am ready to share my musings with the world. Okay, this seems like a bit of a continuation of our last message. I think that your soulmate is very gently and lovingly encouraging you to share things even if they are imperfect. That could be your emotions, like we just talked about at length, but something about this angel holding, is this a lute? I don't know, the string instrument. Maybe they sometimes feel a perfectionism with you when it comes to what you share and what you don't share. And not only is it okay to share things that are imperfect, but it could actually be better that way. I'm imagining, and I mean, actually, I feel like this happens in movies quite a bit, or in songs, where you're watching it and you're like, that was amazing, or you listen to it and you're like, that was amazing. Little do you know that that was actually a mistake. Like, the actor wasn't supposed to be standing there. They weren't supposed to say that. They were improvising because of a mishap, and then it ended up being good and they left it in. Or some sound made it into the recording that wasn't supposed to be there, or the musician made a mistake, but it was actually kind of a vibe, so they left it. Like, something about your quote unquote imperfections, or what you might perceive as like unpolished or a mistake, actually brings an authenticity and a very human feel to it that is beautiful. Not all things require perfection. Perfection can be your enemy sometimes. Not all things need to be polished. Not all things need to be edited or proofread over and over and over again. Sometimes the first take, or the raw expression of it is better. I am seeing an example of a musician. You know, most people will only ever hear the final version of a song that gets published, but someone close to that person, a soulmate perhaps, got to hear like the 18 versions that came before and all the trial and error. And the public got version 19, which is very polished and professional and shiny, but I got to hear the 18 ones before that. And let me tell you, draft number 7 was a bop. It was messy, but it was a bop. And I got to see it before the tweaks, and I thought it was freaking amazing. There's magic in, I feel like polishing takes away some of your magic. Like polishing things and cleaning things and tweaking things and making things perfect. It takes away some of your magic. So their loving message to you is to embrace imperfection, embrace realness. What else do they want to tell you? We have golden calcite. I am inspired in all that I do. Yeah, they want you to know that you are a huge inspiration to them. I'm actually hearing that you are their biggest inspiration. It's true. Everything I do, I do it for you. I literally only know that song because it was in Family Guy once. And I used to watch that when I was a kid. I don't even know what it's called, but I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna write it down. Don't tell me it's not worth fighting for. I'm sure it's like a very, I think it's a classic. I just don't remember whose song it is. Let's get one more. Dioptase, love. I am love and love is me. Oh, this is just a straight up I love you. You inspire me so much and I love you so much. Okay, and for the last deck, we've gotten 2 for all the other ones. So let's get, one of them is hiding. Okay. Let's get 2 from this one as well. Wow, a blockage is unprocessed emotions. So I feel like as it pertains to manifesting your desires, when you're feeling blocked, it's a sign that there's something within you that is feeling blocked, that needs to come out. Longing comes from the limiting belief that you can't have something. Okay, these might be one message together. I think they want to help you purge some emotions. I think they have a sneaking suspicion that you need a good, like, I keep wanting to use the word messy, like a messy emotional release. Like, I had a friend who used to just go to the river and scream when she was stressed, and that was such a slay. Like, you just need to go somewhere and scream, or you just need to have an ugly cry, or break something. Like, just you got to get out some raw emotion, whether it's like frustration, sadness, grief, anger. Longing comes from the limiting belief that you can't have something. A blockage is unprocessed emotions. There's like a loss, or you either lost something that you had, or you were never able to obtain it in the first place. And maybe your mind says that you've moved on, but the heart has not moved on yet. I have a feeling that your soulmate is not going to allow any of your manifestations to go unmanifested. So let's purge what we need to purge. Let's purge that old you. Let's purge that old frequency. They're like, and this is kind of going back to the 3 of Swords. I see them trying to like pull the stale energy out of you and pull the, I don't know why, that just gave me like chills. Pull the old frequency out of you and like, I don't know, they're doing something to cleanse your energy. They're doing some energy work on you. Okay. So, oh, bottom of the deck says stay excited about what is unfolding. If this person isn't in your life, they're going to be very soon. Mark my words. Sounds like I'm threatening you. Mark my words, they will be in your life very soon. Okay, we're gonna take it to the extended now, where we are going to see how your soulmate currently views the connection with you and how they're currently experiencing it. What do they experience similarly to you, and what do they experience differently from you? We are going to see a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that they have of you. And we're going to see what will happen during any time frame you want to hear about. So that will be up to you. The extended is going to be available on Patreon or Vimeo. So whatever works best for you, you can meet me at either one. I will be there. If you want to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have a link down below, my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch the extendeds, you can watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings, you can watch both. It's a great time over there. I will have that link down below, and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I will also have my latest release link down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, to everyone who appeared in this reading, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number twos. So if you guys chose the white chocolate and the Moonchild tarot, this is going to be a reading. So here is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to do today. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. For the YouTube reading, these are a bit out of order because I got an idea at the last minute and just put it at the end. But basically, we are going to start with a little energy check of how you see yourself. So if what I describe here does sound like how you would describe yourself, then that's your sign that you have found your group. Then we are going to dive into your soulmate's perspective of you and see how they view you through their rose-colored glasses. What are all the beautiful traits that they see in you that you might underestimate in yourself, or that you may not even see in yourself? And in addition to that, we are going to get some guidance for how you can see yourself through a kinder lens and how you could embrace these beautiful traits more. And then at the end, we will get some loving messages from your soulmate. In the extended reading, we are going to see how does your soulmate currently view the connection with you, and what is their current experience of it. And we are going to see what about your experiences of this connection is similar and what is different. Like, what is something they experience about this connection that is different from you? I probably could have worded that better, but we're gonna see a similarity and a difference. Okay, next. Then we are going to see a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that your soulmate has of you. And then finally, we are gonna see what will happen during the time frame that you are thinking of. So this will be up to you if you wanna hear what's gonna happen in a month or what's gonna happen in the next 3 months. Just keep that time frame in your mind as we are shuffling, and whatever messages come up for you will be happening within the time frame that you specified. So that is our full breakdown of today's reading. I just saw 222, and you are group number 2. So yeah, let's get into it. This stack of oracle cards here is going to represent your energy. So if this sounds like how you would describe yourself, then you have found your group. We have the moon, the earthworm, new moon, and the diamond ray, diamond light body, high frequency activations, planetary grid work. Interesting that we have the moon coming out twice. Perhaps you have an affinity for the moon or something lunar, or the name Luna could be significant. Maybe you have like a moon tattoo, or you have moon imagery in your bedroom, or something about your brand or your business has to do with like a moon symbol. It could even be that you are a night owl, or perhaps you have very vivid dreams, or you do a lot of dream work. But maybe you manifest with the moon. But I think that the moon is here to indicate that you are a highly intuitive person. Perhaps you are deeply connected to your divine feminine energy. I just heard that you harness power from the unseen realms. So I think you would describe yourself as a deeply spiritual person. I also just heard, I don't know why I know the things I know. You have knowledge that you maybe don't necessarily know how or why you have it, but you just know things. I do feel like you are the type of person who will need to feel your way through life and feel your way through the decisions that you make, rather than someone who tries to analyze the situation and make a practical plan. It's like you have to get there in that moment and see how you feel and see what the energies are telling you. So I get the sense that you maybe don't do the best with a rigid plan. I'm not saying you can't plan at all, but it's best if those plans can be flexible, if those plans can be revised and make room for fluctuations in energies or fluctuations in your own emotions. Something else that is coming through is that you may not do well with authority figures, or maybe even reject the idea that like humans should have authority over others, or humans should be controlling over others. So your independence and I want to say your energetic sovereignty could be something that is very, very important to you. Even this earthworm, the first thing that I'm thinking of is that, at least I think earthworms don't have eyes, but they can likely sense where they're going by sensing the vibrations underground. So the way you move through the world, it's like you are guided by an unseen force. You are guided by an invisible but very potent wisdom that is inside of you. And also, I really like that we have an animal that lives in the ground, because talking all about this energy, it might sound kind of, I don't really like this word recently, but woo-woo. It might sound kind of woo-woo, it might sound kind of ungrounded, but this earthworm tells me that you are a very grounded person. So yes, you have connections to higher spiritual realms, but you also have a very strong connection to the earth. It's so interesting that we have the moon coming up twice and we have like the earth coming up twice. And I actually see both of these as feminine. I mean, they both are represented by feminine energy. The moon and then like Mother Earth, Mother Nature. So you could be very connected to feminine energy. You may not feel that Earth is your only home. It is your home for the time being as you occupy this vessel. And you may have a strong love for the planet Earth and the creatures who inhabit here, whether they be human or animals or spirits who are hanging out here on Earth. You may have a strong desire to protect the Earth. You may have a strong desire to help raise the consciousness of the collective. You may feel that your calling and your time, like your calling for your time here, has something to do with that. And with the moon, Cancer energy could be significant. Definitely earth signs, because we have Earth coming out twice. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be significant. And then we also have air. That's the same as group number 1. Earth, air, and water. Where's the fire? With the new moon here, It is possible that at the time that you're watching this, you have just started a new chapter in your life, or you're intuitively feeling that a new beginning is coming and that it's time for you to level up. So let's see how your soulmate views you through their glasses. I'm going to pull a few cards, and then I'm also going to roll dice to clarify them and to get guidance for each of them. How does your soulmate view you? I don't know if this is current energy. It could be a past energy for some of you. But I got the sense of your soulmate being either a bit scared or intimidated by your power and the intensity of your energy, or perhaps the intensity of the connection. This could be a past energy for some of you though. Like, for example, if you've known this person for a long time, like they could have been a bit intimidated when they first met you. We have the 5 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Wands. And we have the 10 of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. So I'm going to roll dice to clarify and get guidance for each of these. For the 5 of Pentacles, we have Capricorn. For the 7 of Wands, we have the number 5. For the 10 of Cups, we have Scorpio. And for the Knight of Cups, we have the number 8. Okay, yeah, I feel like there's definitely an initial period with your soulmate where they could be a bit intimidated by you. And specifically what's coming through is that they may feel that you are out of their league. In the initial stages of your connection, they may sort of put you on a pedestal. And also something that was coming through is that there's a period where they don't understand you because they don't understand themselves. Because it's like, if they knew the power that they possess, 1111 as I'm saying this, if they knew the power that they possess, they would not be intimidated by your energy. They would see a mirror in your energy. It's like they're afraid of your power because they don't see their own power. They possess the same power as you. I see this initial period in your relationship where they feel like they need to prove themselves to you. So it's quite obvious that this person is very impressed by you and they want to impress you too. They want to prove that they are worthy of your attention, worthy of your affection, that they are someone who is fit to be with you. Like they see you in a very, very high light. I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles in my mind's eye, so that could kind of be how they see you. Or yeah, that's the one that's coming through. I was gonna say, or the King of Pentacles, but like the gender doesn't really matter. Yeah. But it feels like they may project societal expectations onto you. With this 5 of Pentacles and Capricorn, there is a feeling of someone who feels like they're not good enough in the material sense. And so they have to work really hard, or at least that's what they think. They have to work really hard to prove that they are. And this is a value that very much comes from society. Like it doesn't come from our heart and soul. And so it's almost like there's a period where they don't see their value outside of that, and then maybe project that onto you, such that they say, like, in order to be worthy of group number 2, I have to work really hard in my career, or I have to make X amount of money so that I can prove my value, or so that I can provide for them, so that they can be impressed by me. And I feel like you are supportive of their endeavors as long as it's aligned with their soul. I feel like you don't really vibe with them doing all this to prove themselves. Like, if you think this is gonna make me value you more, you're wrong, because I already value you for your soul. And it seems like something that they maybe don't get at first. They see you as someone who is worthy of the best in this world, and someone who deserves the utmost respect. And that is something that they see accurately. But then there is a little bit of distortion where they project these societal standards onto their idea of what you must think of them. So another example of this would be like, society says that this type of person is physically attractive. Therefore, I must change my looks to look like that so that my person thinks I'm attractive. And I think many of us do this in some way or another, like projecting insecurities or projecting societal standards onto another person and then saying, I have to do X, Y, Z so that they will look my way, or so that they will like me. But there's this feeling, I just got a really weird deja vu. There's this feeling of them feeling like they need to win your affection or become worthy of it. And you're like, I'm just waiting for you to realize that you had this worth all along. But like, I can't show you that. You have to see it for yourself. Wow, I just noticed that it is the Moonchild Tarot. There's something with the moon for you, because you picked the Moonchild Tarot and the moon came out twice, and these cards have huge full moons on them. I think you're just waiting for them to realize that, and they have to see it themselves. They have to see that they've always been worthy, that they've always been powerful, and that it was never about their material or monetary or professional achievements. So I think that they view you, like they view your essence accurately, in the sense of they see your beauty, they see your preciousness, they see the sacredness of this connection, but they're viewing what they need to do through a distorted lens. Because all they need to do to be in union with you is embrace it, embrace what is. Because you both are already everything you need to be. It's like they see the essence of the connection accurately, but because of some insecurities or some shame, they view like the necessary actions that they must take through a distorted lens. I feel that all they need to do is just be who they are. All they need to do is just accept this connection, and then the union will be effortless. We have the 10 of Cups here, which means definitely they see you as everything they could ever want in a counterpart. They likely had an idea of who their ideal partner is with a lot of traits, and I feel like you embody all of those traits and things that they maybe didn't even know that they wanted or needed in a partner. It's like you were everything and more. And if you've already met this person, I think sometimes it's hard for them to fathom that you are real. Maybe it sounds silly because obviously you are real, but I feel like sometimes they'll just look at you or they'll just think about you and be like, how is this person real? Not only how are they real, but how did I manage to find them out of 8 billion people? And how are they looking my way? And how are they giving me the time of day? Oof, this person needs to see the mirror in you. It's like they see all of these wonderful things in you. They need to see it in themselves too. And I wonder if you have a little bit of the same energy towards them. Like maybe you see all these wonderful traits in them, and you also need to realize that those very traits are inside you. But they absolutely see you as perfection. Not like they're holding you to a standard to be perfect, but like, this is the perfect person for me. This is the ideal person for me. I also heard it's like magic when we're together. I think they definitely stop feeling the passing time when you're together. So they may think that you've been talking and spending time together for an hour, but it's actually been like 6. It gets wonky because they just get lost in a moment with you. They get lost in another dimension. This definitely feels like someone who knows your energy, who is familiar with your energy. So I would be shocked if you haven't at least had like very vivid energetic exchanges with this person, or like psychic exchanges with this person, because all the messages that are coming through, it really seems like someone who's familiar with your energy. If you haven't met this person yet, this could be talking about what will transpire when you come into each other's lives, but this is like the love of a lifetime. When they picture themselves, for example, like being married or having a family or living their happily ever after, what's coming through is that they can only picture it with you. They can't picture it with anybody else. And they want to experience all of it with you. They want to experience the whole package, everything that this world has to offer with you. So I do sense kind of a contradiction, and it's definitely like a soul versus ego thing, where on one hand, they recognize you as the one. They recognize you as the one they are going to spend their life with, the one who is perfect for them, they're happily ever after. And then on the other hand, their ego says, they're out of my league, or like, I'm not good enough for them. Well, it cannot be both. Like, are you a perfect match, or are you out of each other's league? So there's a contradiction between what the soul knows to be true and what the ego tries to convince them. And they cannot be playing by the ego's game to resolve this issue, because it's always a losing game. When the ego says, oh, you're not good enough, but if you do XYZ, then you will be. That's a losing battle. The soul says, you are good enough and you don't have to do anything to prove that, because you already are. And I think you know they need to recognize that. I hope that you have recognized that for yourself. I hope that you can confidently tell yourself that. I hope you can confidently tell yourself that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to achieve anything to become worthy of this love. You just have to be. The ego says, do XYZ, then you will be worthy. The soul says, you don't have to do anything, because you already are, and you always have been, and you always will be. And I think that it's really embracing that truth that ultimately facilitates this union. If you are already in this person's life, I do think that a piece of advice, something that could help both of you along this journey, is to be more vulnerable and open up specifically about struggles that you might have or insecurities that you might have. Because I feel like for both of you, there are things that they are insecure about that you would never guess, but that you can relate to, and vice versa. Like if they heard about the things that you struggle with, I think there are some things that would genuinely surprise them, and they would feel less alone. Showing your struggles to each other could be an opportunity for bonding, and an opportunity to kind of take each other down from pedestals that you might have in your mind, and realize that you're a lot more similar than what your ego tries to tell you. That in fact, you are the same. That in fact, you have been looking into a mirror this whole time. And it's something about vulnerability and opening up about struggles that will help them to see that. I think they really admire your kind heart. Like, don't get me wrong, you are strong, you are a fighter with this Seven of Wands here. But what they admire about you is that, how do I describe this? It's like in their mind, there are people who like fight back just for the sake of being right, or they fight back just for the sake of being the stronger one, or they are just motivated by themselves. And I think they see a side to you that is fiery and that can stand up and that can fight, but you're always motivated by love and compassion. What fuels your anger, it's always like a love for someone or a love for the collective or for humanity or a desire for justice or a frustration because you know the world can be better. You know we can live in like a more loving world. And so you get frustrated when you see energies interfering with that. It's like you're saying to humanity, like, I love you and I want the best for you. And like, what are we doing? I feel like this is the kind of stuff that gets you riled up. Like, it always comes from a place of just loving humanity so much and wanting the best for people. Versus, I don't know, maybe your soulmate has seen people or been surrounded by people who just get worked up for what they would consider to be petty reasons or self-serving reasons. But it's like your fight is divine. Your anger is divine. What you stand up for is divine, and they really resonate with it. It's like everything you do is for the love of the world and the love for the collective, and they really vibe with that. They really love that about you. And I am thinking about the Strength card as well. So cards that have come up to represent your energy are the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card. That's beautiful. You also exude a lot of strength in your softness. You also exude a lot of strength in your sensitivity. And they just love the way that you move through the world. I think it's really inspiring for them. And I genuinely think they wish that more people were like you. Like, the world needs more people like you. And they admire your empathic side. They admire your spiritual side. It may not be, honestly, I feel like they understand it more than they give themselves credit for. I think they have a deeper connection to spirituality and a deeper understanding of spirituality than they give themselves credit for. Maybe they haven't actively explored it as much as you, but I could hear them saying things like, I don't know about all that stuff. I don't know, you're the expert. But they're actually a lot more intuitive and a lot more tapped in than they might think. They really need to see their own power. And I don't think it's a matter of you like going out of your way to show them, but just standing firm in your energy and to keep being that mirror, because you are mirrors of each other, definitely. Okay, let's get some messages from them, some loving messages from your soulmate. What do they want to tell you? We have cherub blessings with the number 7. Cherubim's arrow meets my heart space. Oh, this is actually, when I got this deck, this was the first card that I pulled. And this is making me think of like an inner child energy. Because, okay, I wonder if something that just came through, it's kind of a specific message, but I wonder if your soulmate kind of had to grow up really quickly. Like they had to basically become an adult and become responsible and mature like an adult from a young age. Maybe you resonate with this energy as well. And I feel like a lot of the pressure that they put on themselves, like I need to accomplish this or that, I need to be this way or that way so that I can be worthy of this connection. I feel like a lot of that comes from the societal construct of like being grown up and being an adult. Because they were rewarded for that. They were rewarded for stepping up and being an adult. So now as an adult, that's what they feel they need to do to be worthy. And I think that translates to, I don't know, maybe it's like I need to make a certain amount of money. I need to be successful in my business. I need to gain this recognition. And it's not that you don't care about them doing those things. In fact, I think you support them. It's just, it's inaccurate to think that that's what they need to do to be worthy. And so I think when they're with you in this space, because there's a message about when they're with you, it feels like they're in another dimension. It feels like they're just in the flow. It feels like they're just at peace. And it's like, that's what it is. That's what it's all about. That's what this union is. It's not something you earn. In fact, it's something I think you've experienced with this person, whether you've experienced it like in physical form with them or you've experienced it in your heart and in your soul. Like that's all it is. It's that place where you're whole and complete. It's that place where you realize nothing else needs to be done. Nothing else needs to be achieved. And we are together and we're experiencing this moment of peace and joy together. That's literally what union is. That's all it is. And I'm hearing like it's easy to give ourselves this union, but it's our ego that gets in the way. But there's something about when they are with you, they feel like they can access a childlike energy that maybe they didn't get to experience so much when they were an actual child. So they get to experience a part of themselves that is more carefree, that is more joyful, that is more playful, that can release burdens, that can have more humor. I just want to tell them like that's what it's all about. Like this is the union you want. Whoop. We also have, okay, so two more came out. Number 15 and number 18. So we have 7, 1, 5, and 8 could be, for some reason I want to write those down because they could be like numbers in a significant date. Like any date that's a combination of these numbers. I don't know, it could be like January 15th, July 5th, August 15th, you know, like you get it. Anything with these numbers. They could be life path numbers of you and your soulmate as well. But we have Archangel Jophiel, which if I'm not mistaken, in my Angel Tarot deck, she is on the Lovers card. I am beautiful and creative and keepers of the sky. I am protected by the sky. So creativity is also something that you bring out of them. And I think they absolutely love your creative side. They love your imagination. I think they, this is such a weird message, but they're like, I would listen to you like narrating audiobooks all day. So maybe they love the sound of your voice, or they feel like they absorb a lot of knowledge when they're with you. They love the way you teach them things. They love the way you explain things to them. You've probably given your soulmate a lot of light bulb moments, or you're going to give them a lot of light bulb moments when you're together. They just feel like you teach them so much in a way that feels effortless. I'm hearing like, I finally get it. When they listen to you talk, there's a lot of things that finally click for them. And they would be very happy to just listen to you like one-sidedly. They're like, I don't even need to talk. Just let me listen to you and what you have to say. So I think they really value your opinions, and you have a beautiful outlook on things. You have a beautiful perspective, and you have a lot of perspectives that they haven't considered. And they do believe that you have some magic. I don't know how spiritual your soulmate is, or how much they have a spiritual practice, but one thing's for sure, they know that you have some magic around you. They know that you are, I want to say, highly favored. What else would they say to you? We have Brazilianite, flexibility. I am flexible and free to be me. And I'm holding up this, but for some reason the camera wants to focus on this one. I'm flexible and free to be me. I'm protected by the sky. So this feels like I am safe to be me. They hope that in their presence you feel completely safe to be yourself. And little by little, you are helping them feel safe to drop these self-imposed now, to drop these self-imposed pressures. There are burdens that were once placed on them that they now carry on themselves. And by being in this connection with you little by little, they're learning how to release those burdens and release everything that is not their authentic energy. We also have moonstone, so there's moon energy again. Cycles. I am in the divine flow of my soul rhythms and life cycles. Yes, they definitely feel a divinity with you. I feel like I keep sighing in this reading because like they see so many amazing traits in you, and I want to tell them like, you have those too. Group number 2 soulmate, you have these traits as well. Is this how you feel when you're with them? Like they're noticing all these wonderful things in you and you're like, but that's you too. Because I feel not frustrated, but I'm just like, bro, like this is also your amazing energy. Let me know if this is how you feel about your soulmate, and if like you're really wishing that they see their power, because that's just something that is coming up quite a bit. Because, you know, in the beginning of the reading, we had these messages about you where you are really someone who feels your way through life. You are someone who lets your intuition lead you. So you might not stick to a very rigid plan. You feel the energies in the moment and you follow that current. And I think your soulmate sees this lead you to blessings and lead you to amazing adventures. And they're like, wow, you're so amazing that you can do that, which they're right. That is accurate. And then they'll be like, I wish I could do that too, but I have to be this rigid planner. And it's like, why do you have to? Come join me in the flow. I feel like this is what you've been trying to tell them. Like, come join me in the flow. Messages from your soulmate. Okay, we have two coming out at the same time. Let your soul be the director of your movie. It already knows the script. Sometimes we get lost in the woods, but then we find the path again. It's the thrill of the quest. Yeah, they really, really admire how you let your soul take the lead. I think that's something that is very inspiring to them. And you have definitely made them start to think more about what their greater purpose is and start to consider the idea that they may have a deeper purpose than just like reaching material milestones or outside of just their profession. You've added an extra layer of meaning, or you've helped them rediscover an extra layer of meaning to their life. In some way, you've opened their eyes to a new world, and I'm hearing to a new way of existing. I can't stress enough how much they love listening to you speak and listening to your insights. Something that's coming through is that you would never have to apologize for like talking too much or sending too long of a text message or voice note or anything like that. I'm just thinking, you know, sometimes we'll send like a voice note to someone and then be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry it got this long. Like, yeah, you never have to do that. You can send them actually the longer the better. They just love to hear from you and love to hear what is on your mind and take a lot of inspiration from you. And I think slowly but surely they are releasing heavy burdens that are on them, because you need to feel secure to let your soul take the wheel. Otherwise, the ego is going to say, like, we don't have time for that. We're in survival mode. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I think slowly but surely they're removing all that and hearing the whispers of their soul. And I think they're incredibly grateful to you. And just trust, but by the way, any of these messages could be claimed for your own journey as well. Like you might experience or have gone through things that are similar to what they're going through. So please feel free to claim any of these like messages for yourself and your own journey. But honestly, just you existing is very inspiring to them. Just you existing is aiding in their awakening. So please don't worry too much about how to navigate the connection or how to move forward, because just existing is undoing so much conditioning and releasing so many burdens from your soulmate. And I'm sure you feel the same way about them. Like just them existing is so healing for you. Just them being on this earth is so healing and such a blessing. I want to show you the bottom of the deck. I think that this is a message from Spirit about moving forward in this connection. All of the resources you need will flow towards you when you need them. No need to worry. Okay, I feel like this became just a little deep dive into your connection. Hopefully by the end of this, I mean, we are at the end, but hopefully now you can see just how highly this person views you and how much of an impact you have already made on them and will continue to make. And I hope that you can see that they are starting to feel better and starting to feel lighter, and you are helping them embrace their authenticity. And that's something that they're extremely grateful for. And also that they consider you to be perfect, like the perfect person for them, the perfect match for them. You're the one to this person. You are the one, and there's literally nobody else. There's no we're not, I can't even, like, it's like when I daydream about my happy future, it's always with you, and I can't change that. Okay, so we're gonna take it to the extended now, where we're gonna see how they view this connection with you and what has their experience of this connection been. How do they experience the connection similarly to you? And how do they experience it differently from you? What is a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that your soulmate has pertaining to you? And what will happen during any time frame that you are thinking of? So if that sounds good to you, the extended is going to be linked down below on Patreon as well as Vimeo. So I will meet you wherever you want to meet me. If you are going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch the extendeds, you can watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings, you can watch both. It's a great time over there. That's gonna be linked down below. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I will also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, to your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, and to your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi, number threes. So if you guys chose the pink chocolate and the Accurate AF tarot, this is going to be your reading. By the way, if I remember correctly, this pink color comes from raspberry, in case you were wondering. For this group, for some reason, the letter A is coming through very strongly. So that could literally be someone's name starting with an A. It could be an indication that you will get an A, like on an exam, or you are receiving the highest possible scoring for something, the best possible results you could get. And then there was another interpretation coming through that is probably just for a few people, but I feel called to say it. It's for those of you who are debating about a choice you have to make, but this will only make sense for those of you who, like, the options are always presented in the same order, because the message was that maybe it's the first option that is the one you should go with. 111 as I'm saying that. So if you, like, for example, if you have 3 different options to choose from and it's always the same one listed first, then maybe that first one is the right option for you. Or maybe when you are explaining your options to someone, you always put them in the same order. Like, I'm not sure if I should do A, B, or C, and you always say it in the same order, then it's A. Like, A is the one to go with. So that's very specific for a few of you, but I wanted to say that. All right. This is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to do today. We have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. Here on YouTube, we are going to start off with a little energy check to make sure this is your group. So I'm going to describe your energy how you see it. So if what I'm describing sounds like how you see yourself, then that's your sign that this is your group. And then we're going to dive right into how your soulmate sees you. And we are going to see all of the beautiful traits that they admire in you that you might underestimate in yourself, or that you may not even see in yourself. And in addition to this, we're also going to get some guidance about how you could see yourself through a kinder lens and how you could embrace these beautiful traits more. I sort of wrote these out of order, but then at the very end, we are going to get loving messages from your soulmate. Then in the extended, we are going to see, how does your soulmate currently view the connection with you, and how are they currently experiencing it? What is something about their experience of this connection that is the same as you? And what is something about their experience that is different from you? Then we're going to see a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that your soulmate has of you. And then finally, we're going to see what will happen during the time frame that you are thinking of. So this will be up to you whether you want to know what happens in 1 month or 3 months or 6 months. It will be up to you to choose the time frame. Just keep it in your mind as we're shuffling, and whatever message comes out will be what is going to happen during that time. So that is the full breakdown of the reading. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into it. So with these oracle cards, we are going to take a look at how you would describe your own energy. And if this sounds accurate, then you have found your group. So we are starting off with the woman. All the non-womans have left the chat. Just kidding. This could be indicative of you feeling in touch with your feminine side, maybe feeling like you have a strong feminine energy, or you could be someone who has been deeply influenced and deeply impacted by women. Like maybe some of the people you most look up to or you most aspire to be like are women. You could feel an affinity for feminine energy. But yeah, this makes sense. I think like 90% of my viewers are women. We have Nightingale. This is giving singer, kind of. Just the way this bird is singing. I believe in this illustration, it is a singing bird, but it also kind of looks like a bird who is waiting to be fed. So you may be in the process of getting comfortable with receiving, or you are opening yourself up to receive something big from the universe. Maybe those of you who chose this group are learning how to be more vocal about what you want, what you need, what you expect, so that you can receive it. You may be getting into the practice of speaking things into existence, using your words and using your voice to manifest. One thing I'm noticing is that we have the blue color on this card, which makes me think of the throat chakra. And then this woman has a blue scarf literally around her throat chakra. So the throat energy is coming through very strongly. I wouldn't be surprised if using your voice is a big part of your job or your hobbies, or if you are learning to really wield the power of your voice and your words right now. Speaking up about what you want and speaking things into existence. With Nightingale and the night sky here, you may be someone who prefers the nighttime. You could stay up late into the night. Maybe this is a time where you feel the most magical or the most powerful. There is kind of a mysterious vibe to these cards as well. The night sky here, and then the fact that the woman is, we can't really see her features. She's just a silhouette. So you could have an air of mystery about you. Maybe you're someone who likes to keep things private. Maybe you are selective about who gets access to your goals, your intentions, your manifestations. We have Saturn. The very first thing coming to my mind with this card is that you have done a lot of maturing. Something that's very interesting is that the number 29, that's the age that you have a Saturn return. So there could be many of you who chose this group who are going through it right now, or you just had it recently, maybe it's about to happen, or the things that you learned during your Saturn return have been really coming up for you recently. But yeah, I felt called to say you've done a lot of maturing in recent years, like in the past 1 or 2 years. You've had something like an energetic growth spurt. And I think you're becoming a lot more serious about your goals. There's a feeling of you locking in. Locking in as in you are committing energetically, but also you're showing up and doing the work and doing what needs to be done. And you are gaining confidence through action. You're becoming confident in your abilities because you consistently show up and you can see week by week, month by month, you're getting better and better. It seems like there's a skill that you're developing right now. Ooh, okay. There's something that you have an innate talent at, but you're not settling for it just being an innate talent. You're also working on it and boosting it. So you were born with this raw potential, and now you're really strengthening it with like study or practice or training over and over and over again. Like I'm seeing you do this repetitively. And so you have a killer combo of like the natural gift with a lot of experience and practice, which means that you are gonna blow them all away. Like you're gonna blow your competition out of the water. I don't know if you have competition, but maybe you're just in competition with yourself. But this is really gonna make you excellent and stand out and get that A that we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. You are aiming for the top. By the way, sorry about this stain. It's candle wick. Because I cut the wick so that it doesn't get too long, and then I guess some of it dropped on the tablecloth. Anyway, more blue. Listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lived in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue, like him inside and outside. I'm gonna stop there, but if you know the rest, you have excellent taste. Blue kyanite and honeysuckle, sword of truth. Freedom, warrior of light. Stop holding yourself back. Okay, I want to talk about Saturn return. Whether you are in it right now, or it's behind you, or it's about to happen, I feel like there's a lesson in your Saturn return about being very real with yourself about the ways in which you'd held yourself back. And I feel like you've made this promise to yourself: I will no longer get in my own way. And maybe you realized a big part of manifesting your dreams is like, I just need to get out of my own way and I need to do what the F I came here to do. That's what I'm hearing. I think you have a really strong sense of clarity about what your purpose is. And like, I don't know if this is something you've always had or if it's just dawning on you recently, but it feels like you're so locked in. Like, you know what you're working for and you know you're gonna get it. And you truly feel like the only thing standing in your way is yourself. So that shows an immense sense of responsibility and an immense sense of empowering yourself. You have a very kick-ass kind of energy to you right now. This is beautiful. So Saturn could be indicative of Capricorn and Aquarius energy. We have the element of air coming up twice. So maybe Aquarius in particular is significant. And then we also have water here. For some reason, all of the groups so far have had earth, because Capricorn is an earth sign, earth, air, and water. But there hasn't been any fire yet. Where is my fire? I don't know. But anyway, let's get into your tarot and see how your soulmate sees you. What beautiful traits does your soulmate see in you? So we're gonna pull some tarot cards and then I'm gonna roll a die for each card to further clarify the energy and also to get some guidance of how you could embody those traits or appreciate them in yourself more. We have the Emperor, wisdom and passion. We have the Seven of Cups, speculation and opportunity. And we have the Dawn of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And it says inspiration and potential. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Rings, which is the King of Pentacles. And it says responsibility and abundance. So let's go ahead and roll dice for each of these cards. For the Emperor, we have the number 10. For the Seven of Cups, we have Saturn. So, and the 10th house is associated with Saturn and the age 29 too. Saturn energy is very present here. At the time that I'm filming this, Saturn just entered the sign of Aries not too long ago. That transit could be something that really benefits you. To clarify the Page of Wands, we have the number 1. And to clarify the King of Pentacles, we have the North Node. Yeah, I'm glad you, first of all, I feel like you already see yourself through an amazing lens, an accurate lens, and it is safe to say your soulmate sees you through the same lens. Basically, you see your potential, you see how amazing you are, and your soulmate sees it too, exactly how it should be. So at the bottom of the deck here, we have the King of Pentacles and the North Node. I believe your soulmate either intuitively feels or knows for a fact that your life purposes will intertwine at some point or are meant to intertwine. Like you're meant to build something together, create something together, work on something together. That is the feeling that they get. I get the sense that your soulmate is very ambitious like you, and it's rare that they, okay. I wonder, this sounds kind of abstract to me, but I wonder if it will mean something specific to you, because your soulmate said something like, you can find a lot of people in the world who claim to be ambitious, and you can find a lot of people who are genuinely ambitious. But what you have is ambition that is born from self-awareness, like a deep understanding of self and a deep commitment to self. Your ambition, okay, it's like your ambition comes from a place of wanting to honor yourself and your potential and what you came to this earth to do. Your soulmate sounds like someone who very much believes that each of us has a greater purpose, but not everybody takes the time to find out what that is. Like not everybody takes the time for that self-discovery. And so often people might just adopt goals and adopt a purpose from people around them or from their environment or from their conditioning, and not really take on that task of, and that labor of love to yourself, of figuring out what is my unique purpose. And when they see you, they're like, oh, this is someone who's done that. This is someone who's taken the time to know themselves on a deep level, on a soul level, and understand what they came here to do and where they're headed. And they're really happy to be in the presence of someone like you and to have a connection with someone like you. And they feel that you are meant to walk at least some of your journey together when it comes to, I think it's professional, like all this Saturn energy in the 10th house. They're like, oh, we're meant to do something together. We're meant to collaborate in some way, whether it's long-term business partners or even just a one-time thing. I feel like our journeys will cross at some point. I think that we have a lot of things that we could teach each other. I also want to say that your soulmate is someone who has a very healthy level of self-confidence that also came through a lot of practice and many years of hard work. I get the sense that your soulmate is a very successful person, and you can kind of mentor each other. It doesn't really matter who is older or who has more years of experience or who is quote unquote farther ahead on their journey. I feel like you can be teachers and mentors to each other. And I just heard Capricorn in the 9th house. So someone could have that. Maybe someone's a Taurus rising. That's like super specific. And moon in the 9th house as well is coming through, or like a Sag moon. These are super specific, by the way. Not everybody is going to have those, but I thought I would mention that. I do feel, regardless of your genders, I feel like you are coming through with a feminine energy and they are coming through with a masculine energy. Or we could say you are the yin and they are the yang. Everybody has both, but that's how your duality is coming through in this spread. We have the Emperor, wisdom and passion. They see you as someone who is living on your own terms and crafting the reality that you want to live in. They see you as having main character energy, like you recognize that you are the main character in your story, and they have a lot of respect for that. They see you as someone who has a lot of potential and someone who will go far. I also heard you're already living in the future. So the way they see you, and this is something they love about you, you don't wait to get there in the future to start feeling confident and proud of yourself. You're like, I already know this is mine. I already know this goal is already mine. Even if I'm at the point in the timeline where it's not in my hands yet, I know that energetically it's already mine. And so I already feel that confidence and I already feel that certainty. They really like this about you, and I think it's inspiring to them. They see you as someone who should be at the forefront. Like you should be the leader. You should be the leader of the group. You should be the boss, or you should have the eyes on you. You should be at the top. I'm thinking of, like, let's say there was a choir. They're like, you should be in the front. You should have all the solos. Like, this is how they see your energy. They want you to lead and they want you to be seen, because I think they feel like that's what you were meant to do. They might say, because I see this sometime with the Emperor, they might say that at first you have a bit of, not an intimidating vibe, but you may come across, like sometimes I use the term resting bitch face with the Emperor. I don't know if that's the perfect term, but like people might get a first impression of you that you're not like a sweetie pie, that you're kind of rough around the edges, but on the inside you are a sweetie pie. On the inside you are a teddy bear. So they might have gotten that first impression from you, or they will get that first impression from you when they meet you. But I don't necessarily think they're intimidated by it. They're just like, oh, this is someone who's not going out of their way to be like hee and sweet. You come across as a bit more serious. Maybe that's your mature, like Saturn energy. But they see the softness that is on the inside. We have the 7 of Cups, speculation and opportunity. I felt when this card came out potential, and then literally the next card that came out said potential on it. So I think they see you as having potential to succeed and excel in many different areas. And maybe the challenge for you, but is it a challenge? Because I feel like you know what you want to do. But the vibe that I get with this is that you have so many passions, or you have so many things that you're good at. It could be an energy of so many ideas, so little time. But you could excel in anything because it's about you. It's about your character. It's about your drive. They can envision you in so many different fields, in so many different projects. Maybe this sounds weird, but like, it feels like they have dreams for you. Like not like they want to force you to do something. How do I say that? It kind of reminds me of, maybe this is not the perfect comparison, but when you have an artist you like and you're like, oh my gosh, like I wish they would make a rock album, like their voice would sound so good in a rock album, or like I really want them to do this look, they would look so amazing in this look. It's not like you're telling them what to do, but you're daydreaming about it. Like, oh my gosh, they would be so good at that. They would thrive so much in this space. They would look so good in this. They would kill it in this job. They would absolutely eat if they created this and they followed through with this vision. It's like they maybe selfishly want to live in a world where all of your ideas come to life because they're all so brilliant, but like there's not enough time to do all of them. Maybe they just like to daydream about all of the things that you could do and all of the ways you could express yourself and all of the things you could create. You maybe have a clear vision of what you want to do, but they just imagine. The Seven of Cups feels like dreamy. It feels like imagination. That, because you would look so good in so many different things. You would do an amazing job on so many different paths. And it almost feels like they like to imagine about your potential as much as they would think about their own, because they just love to see you succeed and they love to see the different facets of you. I don't know. Well, you know how you feel, like if there's one path you want to stick to, or if you lean more to like oh my gosh, there's so many things I want to do. But one thing's for sure, I can tell you're super motivated. If you do have a lot of things you want to do, I think the piece of advice is to not try to do them all at once, because it will just be overwhelming. I'm not saying you can't, but it will be overwhelming. And just know that you have all the time in the world to explore your different passions and to explore different projects. And if you do them one by one, you'll really be able to pour all of your heart and soul into each one. And then, yeah, we have this Page of Wands, inspiration and potential. They're definitely very inspired by you. The number 1 die is related to the first house, which talks about appearance. And with the Page of Wands, I can sometimes pick up on a physical attraction. So I definitely think that your soulmate finds you to be smoking in many different looks. That's coming through. So maybe they feel that you have a versatile look, or you're just so attractive that you make anything look good. I feel like they love the way you look, whether you are completely natural or very done up, in casual wear, in very formal wear, in costume, in nothing. Like you look good. I'm thinking when Cardi B said, I could body every look and I could body every pose. I think that's what she said in Bongos. And it's true. She did not lie. You would look good in anything. I already said that, but maybe they really enjoy seeing you in different styles and expressing yourself in different ways. They just love you, and they want to see all of your different faces and all of the different ways that all of your different manifestations. I could put it that way too. They are just such a big supporter of you exploring and expressing yourself, and they love how committed you are to the journey of revealing your true essence and letting it leave its imprint on this world. Beautiful, beautiful. I honestly, there wasn't that much advice that came through because I feel like you're already killing it and you're already on the right path. All I can say is just keep being you, and it sounds cheesy, but it's true. You could have, or your soulmate could have Saturn in the first house or Saturn in the 10th house, North Node in the first house or North Node in the 10th house. You could have some aspect in your synastry with like your Saturn and their North Node, or their Saturn and your North Node, which could indicate some insights about your past lives together. That's coming through. Okay, so for the last part of this reading, we're gonna get some loving messages from your soulmate. Loving messages from your soulmate. I'm hearing it's ready, which is weird. Like, not you're ready, it's ready. Maybe they were working on something and it's finished now, or the universe is saying that some plan is ready. It's been set into motion. I'm seeing someone who kind of looks like Snape. Like, dressed in black and longish black hair. I don't know what that's about. That may not even be your soulmate. I mean, it could be, but maybe that's a player who's involved in this plan. Or maybe it's a spirit guide. We have rays of light with the number 4. My light shines so bright. Maybe it's ready means that your light is ready to shine. But there's a plan. The universe has been cooking up a plan, or you have been cooking up a plan, and the universe is setting it into motion. It feels like a chain of events. We also have divine messengers. The number 4 and the number 1 could be significant. There's something, oh my gosh, we have the numbers 1, 4, 7, and 10, which are the angular houses in the birth chart. 1st house, 4th house, 7th house, 10th house. Why are these being highlighted? Maybe you have a lot of, like in your synastry, like you have personal planets in their angular houses. They have personal planets in your angular houses, which feels very significant for those of you who are into astrology. But the Divine Messengers card says, I trust in the divine. My light shines so bright. I trust in the divine. The universe is preparing an opportunity for you to shine your light at the right place at the right time. It's like you are showing your talents at the right place at the right time. Maybe you're getting noticed by the right person, or the right opportunity is finding you. I think your soulmate is committed to helping you find all the opportunities you deserve. So if there's anything they can do, whether that's like introducing you to someone, or putting in a good word for you, or helping you search for opportunities, or taking care of the housework so that you can focus on your goals, like when you're preparing for something, anything they can do to support you in getting the opportunities you deserve, they are committed to it. And something I felt called to say is that this applies even before you have met in the 3D. So their higher self is watching over you, protecting you, and making sure you get the right opportunities, and making sure that you find each other. There's a chain of events that leads to them, or like a chain of opportunities that leads to them. Oh, yeah, this is the one. I mean, it doesn't really matter what order. That's interesting. I do think for those of you who are making plans to achieve your goals, I think your plan is pretty accurate of what's actually going to happen, but certain steps might happen in a different order than you think. Just an easy example of this is like in your plan, you're like, okay, I'm going to graduate and then I'm going to find a job. But in reality, you actually find the job before you even graduate. So it's like everything you think is going to happen is going to happen, but it might unfold in an order that surprises you, which I think is significant because it means that you could be making assumptions about one event being a prerequisite to another event. So in that graduating and finding a job example, maybe that person made their plan, you know, I'm going to graduate and then I'm going to find a job, because in their mind, they think that graduating and getting their degree is a prerequisite to finding a job. Like, I need to do this first so that I can qualify for the job. And little do they know that is not the case. And they can get the job without the degree, without having graduated. So if you have like a step-by-step plan, see if maybe the order of the steps is based on assumptions. Like, of course I have to do this first. Maybe you don't. Your soulmate's higher self is always there, encouraging you, and I think giving you little nudges or big nudges. Because we've been talking so much about the angular houses, like I'm picking up Aries energy, Cancer energy, Libra energy, Capricorn energy. Teacher, that makes a lot of sense. We were talking about you and your soulmate being like teachers and mentors to each other. So they're deeply grateful for everything that they have learned or will learn from you. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. And we have Libyan gold tektite manifestation. This is literally you. I manifest positive outcomes. There could be, some of you could find a manifestation teacher in the very near future who resonates with you a lot, or you've found one recently. Because like me personally, and I think a lot of people can resonate with this, sometimes it's just a matter of finding the right teacher. Even if all the teachers are teaching the same material, there's like a particular person who, it's just the way they say it or the way they convey the message that finally makes it click for you. So if there's a particular aspect of manifestation that you've struggled with, there may be a teacher coming in very soon, or a teacher you've recently found who finally explains it in a way where it clicks in your brain and you can move on from that struggle. And one day you may even feel called to be a manifestation teacher or a manifestation coach, in as big or small of a scale as you feel called to. Maybe it's just sharing with your friends what worked for you. Maybe it's going into the public and teaching the masses how you manifest. Maybe you've taught your soulmate a lot about manifestation, or you will. But truly they believe there's nothing you can't do. And that's something that's coming through very strongly. This is also giving Saturn. Choose the highest path, not the easiest one. And I have to tell you, when this first came out, I read it wrong. And I thought it said choose the highest pain, not the easiest one. And it was giving the vibe of choose your hard, you know, like stepping out of your comfort zone and facing your fears is hard, but staying in your comfort zone forever and never knowing what could have been is also hard. So you have to choose the hard that's going to serve you. So when I read it as choose the highest pain, not the easiest one, that's what I was thinking. Although I don't know what easy pain is, but that's just how my brain read it. I think that, and this is really important, your soulmate helps to create an environment or an energy where it's because you trust them so much that they can push you and you trust that it's going to be okay. How do I say that? It's like if let's say you're tired or you feel like giving up and your soulmate says, no, I know you can do it. Just keep pushing a little bit more. You know that they're right. You trust them. So they create opportunities for you and motivate you to push yourself that little bit more, that little bit extra, to go that little bit more out of your comfort zone without ever plunging you into a completely unfamiliar or painful situation. You trust their nudges. You trust those little pushes that they give you. It's like, I've always got you. I'm seeing a visual of you rock climbing and they're like, don't worry, I've got you. Like if you fall down, I'm right here. You're not gonna fall. I know you can do it. I know you can do it, but I'm right here. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you. And so they push you to do scary things, but all the while you know that you're safe because they're right there. And they wouldn't be pushing you to do it unless they were 1,000,000% sure that you could do it. You trust in their judgment of your abilities, and so they make you feel more capable, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's Capricorn and Aries keep coming through now, which both have horns, and I'm thinking of horny energy. Okay. We have own your individual expression of the divine. You are unique and perfect. Ooh, okay, this takes on a whole new meaning now, because if you trust in the divine, then you have to trust yourself, because you are an extension of divine energy. You are the divine. If you trust the universe, then you must trust yourself. So if you trust that the divine is perfect, then you must trust that you are perfect and you are everything you need to be. And I'm hearing there is no way around it, because otherwise you're failing to recognize that you are the divine and you are the universe. Of course you can and you will. Literally. Period. That's their message to you. Of course you can and you will. One thing I was kind of thinking of at the start of the reading, there was that message about if you have different options that always appear in the same order, go with the first one. And I was kind of thinking about yes or no. Because like, does anybody say no or yes? That sounds very unnatural. It's always yes or no. It's always yes first. So there could be a message there for some of you that the answer is yes. Like, yes, you can. Yes, you will. Yes, you should go for it. Yes, that thing that you want to be true is true. Okay. So I think those are all of the messages. We're going to get into the extended now, where we see how your soulmate is currently viewing this connection, how they are currently experiencing it, something about their experience that is the same as you, and something about their experience that is different from you. We are going to see a wish, a desire, or a fantasy that they have when it comes to you. randomly picked up that they're horny at the end of this reading, so I'm sure we will get some beautiful fantasies from them. And we are going to see what will happen during the time frame of your choice. So whatever period of time you want to know about, keep it in your mind, and whatever cards come out will be what is happening during that time that you specified. So if that sounds good to you and you would like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below. You can watch it on either Patreon or Vimeo, and I will meet you wherever you want to meet me. If you're going to leave the reading here, I want to say thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch the extendeds, you can watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings, you can watch both. It's a great time over there. That's going to be linked down below. And my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video, that is an original song. I will also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, and your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the brown chocolate and the Antique Anatomy Tarot, this is going to be your reading. I want to start off with an intuitive message that was coming to me. I heard your soulmate saying something like, I will definitely be there, or I will definitely go. And it felt like they were making a promise to show up somewhere in order to support you, or in order to watch you do something or watch you receive something. So it felt like perhaps an event where you were being recognized or celebrated or awarded with something. And they're saying like, I'm definitely gonna go because I wanna be there to witness this moment and I wanna be there to support you. Like it felt really nice. So maybe this is like a moment in your future that I'm seeing, but I wanted to share that with you. And then because of that message where they said, I'll definitely be there, this song came up, and I used to listen to it when I was really little. I think it's from the 90s. But I think it's called I'll Be There For You or something. I was literally just listening to it. It's by the Moffats. And when I went to listen to it, I saw that their YouTube channel was at 88.8 thousand subscribers. So it was 888. That number could be significant to you. And I also noticed that for some reason, quite a few of the top comments were in Korean. I don't know why, but thought I would mention that as well. It could be significant to somebody. So let's get into your reading. This is the full breakdown of the reading that we're going to be doing today. So we have the reading here on YouTube as well as an extended. Here on YouTube, it's a little bit out of order because the ideas came to me in a weird order, but we are going to start with an energy check to make sure that this is your group. So with these oracle cards, I'm going to be describing you as you see yourself. So if this sounds like how you view yourself, then that's your sign that you've found your group. Then we're going to dive into how your soulmate sees you, and we're going to see all of the beautiful we'll get into it. We're going to see all of the beautiful traits that they see in you that you might underestimate in yourself, or that you may not even see in yourself. And in addition to that, we're also going to get some guidance for how you could see yourself through a kinder lens and how you could embrace these beautiful traits more. And then we're going to finish off with loving messages from your soulmate. In the extended, we are going to see how does your soulmate currently view the connection with you, and how are they currently experiencing it? What is something about their experience of the connection that is the same as you? And what is something that is different from you? Then we're gonna see a desire, a wish, or a fantasy that they have of you. And finally, what will happen during the time frame you're thinking of. So it will be up to you what time frame you want to hear about, whether that's like a month from now or 3 months from now or 6 months from now. Just keep that time frame in your mind as we are shuffling, and whatever messages come out is gonna happen in the time that you specified. So let's get into it. Already I got the sense that your soulmate does like daydream and fantasize about you a lot. And I kind of got distracted when I was reading that, the breakdown of the reading. So that might be something that happens to them. Like they're fantasizing about you and then they get distracted. If you haven't met this person yet, I definitely feel like that's going to happen. And there's a sense of them wanting to know what it's like. I'm thinking of that Doja Cat song, Wanna Know What It's Like. Ooh, that's a spicy song. Yeah, so this is maybe before they have been intimate with you. They're like fantasizing about it a lot and they really want to know what it's like. They want to be in the know. All right, let's, oh, sorry about this, by the way. It's the candle wick that burned. All right, so we are going to look at these oracle cards to see your energy as you would describe it. So if this sounds like how you view yourself, then this is your group. We have the Flower. It took a while for this to focus. I wonder if you are the type of person who feels like you have a hard time describing yourself, or you have a hard time viewing yourself accurately. I think that you have a beautiful inner world. You may really enjoy being in your own inner world, enjoying your own imagination. The number 9 is making me think of the Hermit card. But when it comes to outwardly expressing your energy and asserting like, this is who I am, this is how I am, that's where it might be kind of difficult for you. We have Dolphin. 9th house, there's the number 9 again, so that could be a significant number. And more dolphins. Wow, what are the chances, eh? Diamond Heart Seed Crystal, Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activation, Lemuria, Priestess Awakening. So we have 2 9 cards and 2 dolphin cards. Yes, the Hermit. The Hermit energy could be particularly significant. Virgo energy, because Hermit is related to the sign of Virgo. And dolphins. Maybe dolphins are like your favorite animal, or you resonate with them. They could be a significant sign for you as well. The dolphin gives me the feeling of someone who is highly intelligent and doesn't take themselves too seriously. And in fact, it's because they're intelligent that they don't take themselves too seriously. I think you are the type of person who can simultaneously ponder a lot about the meaning of life and get really deep with it, thinking about the deeper meaning and the philosophy of it all. And then at the same time, recognize that like at the end of the day, we don't know anything. At the end of the day, none of it really matters. So it's like you can dive really, really deep without getting stuck there. I also feel like you can dive deeply into your shadows without getting stuck there, because wherever you go, you bring light. Wherever you go, you bring your beautiful rainbow colors. I feel like your aura has all of the colors in it. And wherever you go, there it is. So you're never going to be in the dark, because wherever you go, you're bringing your light and you're bringing your rainbow with you. So you can bring positivity anywhere. And I get the sense that you are a very wise soul. I'm hearing wise beyond your years, which I don't know if that's referring to you as a human, like maybe you're wise beyond your years as a human, or maybe your soul is, well, that makes sense because souls are kind of timeless, eh? Oh, there's also the repetition of pink flowers. So we have dolphins, pink flowers, the number 9. There was also 888, like repeating 8s. That's actually a number that I often see on license plates. So maybe there's like an angel number or a sign that you see on license plates. But I think when it comes to finding a partner for you, it would be really nice if you have a spiritual partner, or at least someone who is curious about spirituality and curious about discussing things beyond the 3rd dimension. I feel like it would be difficult for you to be with someone who is very staunchly like, this is all there is, just what I can perceive with my 5 senses, and when you die, that's it. Like, it's not that you don't respect those opinions, but I think it would be hard for you to be in a relationship with someone like that, because it's in your nature to be curious about what is beyond this 3D experience. And I almost feel like saying it would be sad if you can't discuss that kind of thing with your partner and enjoy talking about different theories or different things that you've experienced and sort of get excited about that. I think you want and need a partner who's going to open your mind and challenge you, and someone you're able to discuss trippy concepts with. And you may be a traveler at heart, like a traveler of the world, or a traveler of different realms of consciousness. So I feel like the type of person who's like, this is all there is, or someone who's like stuck in their ways, or someone who just wants to stay in the same place forever, you will not really get along with these kinds of people. I feel like your soul wants an adventurer. Your soul wants someone who is curious. Your soul wants someone who can match your playful energy. You will have the most success in life when you are following your joy and when you are following what is fun to you. But somehow I feel like that could be difficult to you. Maybe because of societal conditioning. Like if you're doing something fun, it means that you're slacking. If you're doing something fun, it means that you're not contributing something meaningful. It's like you're either working or you're playing. And so it's ironic because following your fun is what will make you most successful. But it's a difficult path for you to choose because of the conditioning to be ashamed of it or feeling guilty about indulging in what brings you joy. The fact that I even want to use the word indulging is interesting. You may struggle with the feeling of I could be doing more, I should be doing more, I should have done more by now, this kind of thing. You're a very beautiful soul group, number 4. Sag energy, I don't know if we talked about Virgo. Sag energy could be significant as well with the 9th house here. You're actually the first group to get fire in this section of the reading. All the other 3 groups got air, earth, water, but nobody got fire. You're the first one to have fire. So that could be, I mean, you could have strong fire in your chart, but I do think it's a sign of your uniqueness. Like there's a quality that the other groups didn't have that you have. So I think you're just a unique person. You're a special person. And you have a very beautiful inner paradise that I think your soul wants to birth into this physical plane. That's the feeling that I get with DNA activation, Lemuria, Priestess Awakening. We have reds, pinks, oranges here. Very warm and uplifting colors. So we're gonna pull some tarot cards to see how your soulmate views you. And then for each tarot card, I'm also gonna roll a die to clarify and bring some guidance about how to embody those traits more, or how to appreciate them more. How does your soulmate view you? I heard the word delicate, and there's the pink flowers again. Like delicate, like flower petals. I feel like your soulmate would be quite protective over you. I'm also seeing a crystal ball. It's like flower petals, like glass, you know, it's delicate, it's precious, you handle it with care. And this is not like them saying you aren't strong or something like that. That's not what I mean by delicate. I think it's they just want to protect you. Maybe they see that you're a sensitive soul. This is the Queen of Cups, by the way. And in this deck, it's Beauty Potion. So they definitely find you to be extremely beautiful. Makes sense why they are fantasizing. Or they will be. Heavily. The Beauty Potion is number 13, which is the number of the Death card. And for some reason, it's making me think of that expression, like, I just died and went to heaven. So maybe that's how you make them feel. I feel like you're just, you overwhelm their senses. It's funny, we were just talking about like the 5 senses, which you are pleasing to all of them. But also, there's something beyond that you make them feel. And I wonder if you kind of open their eyes to perceptions and realms beyond the 5 senses that maybe they hadn't experienced before. Meeting you definitely unlocks something in them or activates something in them. It's funny because I feel like at the first part of the reading, I was talking quite a bit about the type of person you wouldn't get along with. And I wonder if your soulmate at one point in their life was that kind of person, like just very skeptical about anything existing other than this physical realm. But just meeting you, just coming into brief contact with you is the catalyst for an awakening in them. You do have a childlike energy about you, but in fact, I think your soulmate sees you as quite a mature and wise person. There's this duality about you that we kind of touched on where you're able to be playful and goofy, but you're also wise and mature. And maybe it's because of your wisdom that you're able to be playful. Because I just heard this exchange where your soulmate's like telling you that you're very wise. And you're like, oh, really? I thought I come across as a goofball. And they're like, oh, you do. You do, but I think there's wisdom in that. It's like the Fool card. There's something about the pure intentions of your soul. I don't know the English word for this. I guess just like pure, genuine, honest. That if anyone around you was acting pretentious, your presence just knocks the mask right off them, or makes the fact that they're wearing a mask very, very obvious because you're showing up with your genuine energy. So if anyone's wearing a mask and acting like high and mighty and acting all serious and important, it will become very obvious. The pretentiousness will become very obvious. You have a sincerity that is contagious. I'm also noticing this looks like a diamond in the corner. The month of April could be significant to you. Oh, this is also diamond. The month of April could be significant because diamond is the birthstone of April. It's crazy how many like common motifs are within the cards, like the pink flowers, the dolphins, the diamonds, the number 9. Like things are showing up more than once. I don't know if you have like synchronicities that follow you around, but it's very interesting. We have the 6 of Rods, which is the 6 of Wands. Okay, we'll get into it. Let me pull the rest of the cards. What is this? What? There's like, I was wondering about this. One of the cards has like green on it. I don't know. We have the High Priestess. Yeah, the High Priestess and the 3 of Pentacles. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll dice for each of these. For the Queen of Cups, we have Leo. For the 6 of Wands, we have Saturn. For the High Priestess, 3 of Pentacles energy, we have the North Node. And for the Tower, we have the number 4. Yeah, I'm going to start with the Tower as the bottom of the deck energy. And this is something I often say when it comes out in relationship readings, but it really is the feeling of after meeting you, after coming into contact with you. I mean, we already got that message that they went through some sort of awakening, or they will go through some sort of awakening or activation after meeting you. But the Tower really has this feeling of it being quite unexpected and intense, and things will never be the same. I think there's a realization that comes with time that it was love at first sight, but in the moment they maybe just experience it as intense emotion and they're like, what the fuck is this? I don't know if you felt or will feel the same way when you meet them. Actually, I just looked up and the camera timer was a mirroring number, 2112, which I'm editing this video as I go. So your timestamp, I remember, had a lot of 1s and 2s in it. But yeah, I think that mirroring number is a sign that perhaps you both feel this way. It's quite intense when you come into contact in the 3D, at least for the first time, because it's like you're hit with this remembering, I want to say. You're hit with this remembering, you're hit with this awakening, and you're like, what just happened? I don't know if you've ever felt that way, but I think there's one time in my life that I felt that way, and I had to leave. Like, I was like, this is weird, and I left. Anyway, yeah, there's definitely a very intense impact that they will feel when they meet you, which later they'll realize was like a soul remembering. And it's not even love at first sight, because it's not like a love is suddenly being born there. It's remembering a love that was always there, like remembering a love that your soul has always had that is very, very big, and when felt in a little human vessel, it can be quite jarring. That's how it's coming through. But you learn how to swim through it over time. you learn how to navigate it. With the number 4 here, there is a feeling of interesting. There's a feeling of consistency and there's a feeling of security. So probably your soulmate will not run away like someone, but they will stick around with curiosity. They'll want to sit with the feelings like, wow, there's something really special about this person. I'm feeling very intense emotions. There must be something here to explore. And I feel like once they develop feelings for you, they're never going to go away, regardless. I mean, because they were always there. So of course they're not going to go away. But regardless of what happens in the 3D, regardless of the outcome and how things unfold, those feelings will always be there. And something else that's coming through is at no point do they feel scared. They may feel confused. They may feel sometimes like they're not seeing the full picture of like what this connection is and what it all means. They may feel like sometimes it's overwhelming. Like I think I've said this a couple times, like what the F is going on? But it's not like they're scared and they're not letting go, but they feel changed. They feel permanently changed because the meeting with you has awakened them to the truth that there's more than just this physical world, and there's more, even when we're like looking at each other, there's more than just these humans who are interacting. There's things going on different levels of our consciousness. It's probably honestly like quite overwhelming because not only are they remembering your connection when you meet, they're also suddenly remembering all of this knowledge that their soul has carried over lifetimes, and now they're going to unpack it. So they're getting hit with a lot at once. And maybe you are as well, or maybe you did when you met this person. I would say with very strong certainty that if you had already met this person, you would know exactly who this is. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about because it's quite a unique and unmistakable feeling. So they definitely see you as someone who has changed their life. And yeah, I feel like for advice, the number 4 is definitely stay the course. Like, just keep swimming. This is a very big energy, but you'll get used to it. You've been open up to all these new levels of consciousness and new ways of feeling and experiencing the world, but you will get used to it, and it's not going to be overwhelming forever. And I would give that advice to both of you. We have the Queen of Cups, which we did talk about a little bit, but in terms of guidance, we have the sign of Leo. I do feel that this Queen of Cups is something that might make you different from others. I think it's a level of sensitivity that you have, and you could be someone who feels things very deeply. You could also be someone who tends to take things personally. You could be the type of person who doesn't take criticism very well, who doesn't take rejection very well. And if there's something about you that's different from other people, your first reaction may be like, oh, I should change it so that I should be more like other people. And for some of you, what's coming through is that you could preach like we should all embrace our uniqueness and embrace what makes us different. But then when something about you is different, you might feel like, oh, am I doing it wrong? Should I be doing it like this other person? And so I think there's guidance here to recognize that you were designed by your soul, and you were designed in a very specific way, and everything that is different about you, or everything that is weird about you, everything that you don't do like the others, is meant to be that way and is a strength. And there's something here about getting into the practice of asserting what makes you different and being proud of it. Being like, oh, you do it that way? I do it like this. And it might feel uncomfortable. At first, it might feel like you're being like, oh, I'm so weird, I'm so unique. But this confidence is to combat a part of you that wants to conform. So it's like, get in the practice of leading with what makes you different, of putting that in the forefront and of being proud of it. And actually, doing this will be a repellent for everybody who is not meant for you. I think getting comfortable with rejection is going to be something that really, really frees you, because anyone who is like repelled by you being your authentic, unique self was not someone you wanted in your life in the first place. So it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of headache when you're no longer trying to please people who you were never meant to vibe with them anyway. And I think your soulmate is a huge supporter of you embracing this uniqueness and like giving a middle finger to people-pleasing tendencies. I wonder if your soulmate is a bit older than you, because I do think that's something you just figure out as you get older. Like, you just kind of stop giving a fuck and you stop caring about pleasing everybody and you stop taking things so personally. And you're like, I don't care if you don't like me, I'm just doing my thing. But that might be something that your soulmate has really got down, and they see you learning this. They see you in the process of mastering it, and it's like they want to support you, but at the same time they want to protect you. It's funny because I could imagine if someone criticized you, there's a part of them that wants to be like, it's okay, you don't have to please everybody. Forget about what they said. And then there's another part of them that's like, they said what? Like, oh, we're fighting now. So they have like this side of them that is very, very protective over you. But I feel like they have to rein it in sometimes, because they're like, no, we got to learn how to take this rejection. We have to learn how to take this criticism and take the difficulties of the world. But at the same time, like, you're so sweet and I just want you to only experience nice things. So there's like these two energies at play within them, and I think it's actually very sweet. We have the Six of Wands and we have Saturn. So when the Six of Wands came out, this told me your soulmate thinks you're really freaking cool. There's something about you that really impresses them. We know that they find you very attractive. And I wouldn't be surprised if you have a talent or multiple talents that your soulmate really, really looks up to. Something else that often comes through a lot in relationship readings with the Six of Wands is that they're really, really proud to know you, to be with you, to be seen with you. So when you're in a relationship with this person, they will talk about you to anybody who will listen. They will be like, do you see what group number 4 did? Look at them. Look at how beautiful they are. Look at what they're doing. They're amazing. I feel like they just can't help but talk about you and show you off. Yeah, they want to show you off. What is to show you off? Tonight I want to show you off. That's what I was thinking of. Beauty and a Beat. I know there's a lot of songs I think that have that sentiment in it, but that's the one that came to my mind. Yes, they're definitely very, very proud of you, and they are, or they will be, very proud to be in a relationship with you. And I think with Saturn here, they recognize that there's a lot of hard work that has gone into the things that you've accomplished, and maybe at times they feel like you downplay that. There's certain things, group number 4, that you are a master at, that you are skilled at a very advanced level or you have a very big talent and it's because you worked really hard or you studied a lot or you practiced a lot. And it seems like you kind of downplay that, almost as if like it's normal that you should be so good at this. It's a given. And it's like, no, you actually worked your butt off, or like, no, you're actually just really, really smart, or you were actually just born with this God-given talent and you're amazing. You downplay your talents, you downplay something that you're good at, and it's like you have amnesia of how hard you worked. And I think your soulmate wishes you saw that side of yourself more. It's like, do you not think you're a really hardworking and dedicated person? Like, do you, because that seems like one of the first ways I would describe you. I think that's something that's really obvious about you. And also, we got to get rid of this false duality that it's like you're either having fun or you're working hard. That's probably why, like, if you resonate with this message, that's probably why you think you didn't work that hard. It's because the hard work was fun for you. But that doesn't negate the fact that you worked hard. It's not like you have to suffer to master a skill or to become talented in something. Like, if you enjoyed the hard work, like, all the more power to you. That doesn't mean suddenly it's not hard work. I'm hearing your soulmate like, no, we have to fix that, because you need to know how impressive it is that you put in that much effort. And low key, if you enjoyed the process, that's kind of even more badass and cool. Like, your brain, your mind, your galaxy brain. I think they see you as incredibly brilliant and incredibly talented, and they want everybody to know, genuinely. I feel like they will be your biggest promoter. Like, they will, like, I'm imagining, like, let's say you're a creator or something, they will promote your shit more than you. They will be, oh, I have a friend like that. She's like that for all of her friends, and it's really sweet. But I feel like that's your soulmate's energy towards you. So yeah. Then we have the High Priestess and the Three of Coins, and we have the North Node here. I mean, I think when it comes to your advice, it keeps coming back to this, and it's really just honor where you are feeling pulled to. Honor where you are feeling called to. You have this amazing, very sensitive and very accurate guidance system built into you that tells you exactly where to go. It really can be that simple. Sit with this. What if it was the very things and places and people you're drawn to that is what you are meant to head towards? What if it really just was that simple? What if that's the only reason you're drawn to them, is because you're meant to head in that direction? It can be that simple, and it is. And I think if you look back, and your soulmate notices this as well, if you look back on your life, there are things that you've accomplished, there are amazing destinations you've reached that just started with a pull that you felt and that you explored deeper. That's really it. That's the High Priestess. Like, you have this inner knowing of where to go. And your soulmate has seen you get in touch with that and honor that calling and make amazing things into a reality. And they admire that so much about you. I'm hearing something like it should be illegal for you to not believe in yourself and to not see how amazing you are. And you must see it a little bit, group number 4. You must see it a little bit. But we all have moments of self-doubt. Okay, I want to get some messages from your soulmate, some loving messages from them to close off the reading. We have the number 2, feather energy. Signs are all around me. So your soulmate wants you to know that there's signs of them everywhere. Feathers in particular could be significant. And then we have the number 19. I wonder if like 2019 was a significant year, or February 19th could be a significant date. Feather energy and ethereal portals. I have the ability to tap into the unseen. Oh, their energy is lingering around you, group number 4, and their higher self wants you to know that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Something just fell off the table. It was probably just like the wind from the AC, but the timing of that spooked me because I just finished saying that their energy is lingering around you. And they probably give you a ton of signs. If you're ever seeing signs and you don't know what they mean, it could very well just be your soulmate's higher self saying hi, because they really are everywhere all the time. I feel like they visit you in your dreams as well. We have Chrysotile, power animal. My power animal supports, guides, and loves me throughout my life, which that's making me think of the dolphins again. You could have a special connection to dolphins. Speaking of which, let me see. Let me see what this book says about dolphins. This is the pocket guide to spirit animals that I sometimes use. So dolphin is on page 93. Take a few minutes today to meditate while playing one of your favorite pieces of music. Listen more and talk less, especially to the more subtle levels of communication from other people and from the natural world. Think and behave more lovingly and positively toward that person you're having difficulty with. Smile more at others and notice how they smile back at you. Try dolphin breathing by taking 3 slow, deep breaths, each time exhaling with an audible sound. Then observe how you feel. So meditation, breathing exercises are coming through. This will help you tune into subtle levels of communication. I bet you there's like a dolphin meditation or some kind of dolphin sounds on YouTube or somewhere that you can meditate to. Or water sounds, aquatic sounds could unlock something for you. We have agate, healthy body. Every little cell in my body is happy and healthy. Talking about cells and DNA activation, I wonder if you and your soulmate are going through some kind of upgrades right now. You're going through them together. I do think that both of you protect each other heavily. Like their higher self is heavily around you. Your higher self is heavily around them. I think they do notice you, by the way. Like your soulmate's human self notices your energy lingering around them. They say healing is messy and that's okay. There was another group that had a similar message. It was group number 1. There was a whole message at the end of like, your soulmate welcomes you to show your more messy emotions. I don't know if anyone here was drawn to group number 1, but that message came out there too. This last one is taking time. Don't worry if your healing journey is messy, and also don't worry if it's taking a long time. There's no quote unquote right amount of time for a healing journey to take. And sometimes I heard sometimes it's lifelong, and I don't mean that to be discouraging, but you know, sometimes you'll heal and it will go away for many, many years, and then it will come back up and then it will go away. I recently was talking to myself about healing, and something that came up was that it's like your existence is a whole range of frequencies. You can think of your whole existence as like a piano, and your past wound or your past trauma is like just a key on the piano. And just because it's not getting played doesn't mean that it stops existing. So your past hurt is like a key on your piano that sometimes life is going to happen in such a way that that key gets played again, and that's okay. It will get played and then it will stop getting played and then it will be silent again. And you could go a very long time without it ever being played. But I think sometimes setting it up such that like, oh, if I'm really healed, it means that it will never come back ever again is an unfair expectation and just makes you feel like you're not doing enough to heal. It's okay if sometimes things re-trigger you. If the key gets played again, it will not resonate for as long as it did before. You'll recover more quickly. Like, you're always gonna have ups and downs, but the ups and downs just get easier and easier. Empathy is the ability to perceive the ultimate truth of oneness. It is a superpower. Aw. You're really, like, you have superpowers. I think that's how they would describe you. And again, it's like there's this very highly empathic and sensitive and delicate part to you that they love so much, and that they simultaneously want to protect and shield and preserve, but they also want it to like be exposed to the world because they know that's how it's going to get stronger. They're really, really protective over you. And I wonder, I don't know if that comes from something in a past life. Maybe you can glean something from that. Like if they lost you or you lost each other in a past life, and so they just really don't want to let go of you. But this number 4 made me feel like they're never letting go. Like, I just heard like, you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me. Yeah. I think this, oh, another one just came out. You have come a long way. Oh, I feel like these go together. Healing is messy, and that's okay. You've come a long way. And they're saying like, I have a lot of messy shit that I'm healing too. Like, we can be messy together. That's part of the human experience. And we should accept each other's messy rather than judging it or judging our own messy. What was I saying? Just that they're not going anywhere, and I think your energy really does linger strongly around each other, and that's absolutely a mutual experience. I don't know why I was looking at the initials of these, like CA, and in Japanese that means like cabin attendant, like a flight attendant. So maybe someone's going on a plane or maybe Canada is significant, like CA. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. We're gonna head into the extended now, where we see how does your soulmate currently view the connection with you? How are they experiencing the connection? What is an aspect of their experience of this connection that is the same as you, and an aspect that is different from you? A desire, wish, or fantasy that they have pertaining to you, and what is going to happen in the time frame that you specify. So whatever time frame you want to know about, you keep it in your mind as we're shuffling, and whatever message comes out will be the prediction for that particular time frame. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be available on Patreon or Vimeo. I will have both linked down below, and you can meet me wherever you want to meet me. If you want to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you enjoy my content and you like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have a link down below my tarot reading Instagram, my personal Instagram, my Patreon, where you can watch extendeds, you can watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings, you can watch both. It's a great time over there. I'll have it linked down below, and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your soulmate, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.